Hi, good morning everybody. Welcome to the Early Bird. I'm finally on schedule. Only one game to report. A pretty good one yesterday, especially for Boston fans. And tell you what, folks, this is turning into a Conn Smythe run by Jeremy Swayman at this point so far. Now that he's officially put the dagger right away into Florida, to start the series, that is, right away, the momentum of this Jeremy Swayman kid is rolling right now. So we'll see if this continues, guys, because if the Bruins are going to get this kind of goaltending, I might be right about them getting to the finals. This is kind of how I seen it broken down. If they stick with him, I don't trust their coach. I'll be honest. I just don't trust their coach, because he's already went to Hallmark once, so we'll see. If anything can break momentum for Boston now is taking Swayman out of any game. This would be a good lesson for us to learn, that we don't want to have two goalies in the playoffs. You don't want to go that route. We'll see if Boston sticks with one now. All right, guys, let's take a look at it. Swayman makes 38 saves. Bruins defeat Panthers in Game 1. The numbers. Shots on goal, 39-29 for the Panthers. They had a good edge in faceoffs also, 59% to 41. They were 0 for 3 in the power play. The Bruins were 0 for 2. They had 54 hits in the game. The Bruins had 69. Block shots, 11 Florida, 26 Boston. So Boston were hitting everything, blocking everything, as you guys see, giving every chance for Swayman's role to continue. Giveaways, 11 Florida, 13 Boston. Takeaways, 14 Florida, 7 Boston. Shots on goal per period. In the first, 14-9 Bruins. And then the Panthers get right back into it in the second, 14-7. And the Panthers in the third, to no avail, outshoot the Bruins 16-8, 39-29 total. The scoring, which, again, my computer's acting up. I don't know what is with this, guys. Give me a sec, please. All right, I'm going to try to read what I can see. Tkachuk opens it up, as we know, at 11:45 from Barkov. Makes it 1-0 halfway through the game, and it looks here like it's going to be a tight one. Then Geekie, who's been very good for the Bruins, from Zacha and Pasternak at 12:52, a little over a minute later, just kind of like they did in Toronto, tie it 1-1. And Lyre makes it 2-1. Guys, I can't see from Witherspoon and Zacha, right? Yeah, okay, 16-17 makes it 2-1. Carlo from Coyle and Frederick, who has been kind of a beast out there, Frederick, in the playoffs, makes it 3-1. 1939, you could sense right there that was the game. You really could with Swayman and nets. Brazeau makes it 4-1 at 7:13 from Van Riemsdyk and Laurie at, said a 7:13. That's your game. DeBrusk with the empty net from Marchand at 16:36. And the Bruins win this one going away. So I'm not really shocked the Bruins have started the series like this. I'm just not, really. In case you're wondering, guys, Homer's on for good luck with our 3% in the lottery draft. We'll see if it brings any luck. So I'm just throwing it on for that reason. We'll see if the boys get lucky with the lottery. Wouldn't that be hilarious? We'd be so hated, which I would love. If the Sabres could get this, get the #1 pick. Guys, it would just be so funny. People would start really hating the Sabres that they're getting all these #1 picks, you know what I mean? So it would be funny. So going back to this, guys, if Boston's going to get this kind of goaltending, it's lights out for Florida. I'm just going to say it. If they're going to get this type of goaltending all series, and I think they're going to, they're going to upset Florida in this series. They just have to play their game, play hard hitting, you got to remember something, guys. In the playoffs, it's about hitting and goaltending. The goals find themselves in the playoffs. You guys know how it works, these 2-1 games. You just got to pop in a few. If you got a hot goalie, you don't have to get a ton. And the Bruins yesterday kind of got a ton. So If they're going to start getting 3-4 goals a game with Swayman in nets, forget it. There's no way Florida's going to beat them. There's no way. Bobrovsky was last year, guys. He's not doing it this year like everybody's expecting. He's had some good games, but he's also had some average games, whereas last year everything was a good game with Bobrovsky when he got going. And last year's Bobrovsky is Swayman this year. But Swayman right now, for me, is the odds-on favorite to win the Conn Smythe right now. Just the way he's playing in there. And if the Bruins are stupid enough, dumb enough, and idiotic enough to put in the traitor Ullmark in nets, Linus the traitor Ullmark in nets, they deserve their fate. They deserve to blow it. They deserve that Montgomery should be fired. All sorts of things I can go on. A smart coach, a smart franchise right now rides the hot goalie. You do not take him out under any circumstance. He has to give up 3 goals in the first 8 minutes of a game for them to take him out and put in Ullmark. It's the only way. If they put in Ullmark, and some Bruins fans don't believe it, they're going to lose. They're just going to lose. They will not win this series. So Boston fans, if your team's idiotic enough to take out right now, looks like the greatest goalie on earth right now, and Jeremy Swayman, you guys are out of your minds. And you're overconfident bunch of morons that deserve what you get if you take him out. If you leave him in, the road is paved. A lot of good things can happen when you got a goalie going like this guy. His save percentage in the playoffs is what, guys? Like 950 something? Forget it. You got to leave him in. And I think they're going to leave him in. But, you know, they made it public before the playoffs. They were going to go with a 2-man system, which I think is the stupidest thing. And the truth is, Swayman saved Montgomery's job because this guy should be fired as far as I'm concerned. He's not a very good coach. He's just not. I don't care how many wins they had last year. And no, that was not the greatest single-season team ever. Most Boston fans that seen hockey in the 70s know the Habs in 77 would have killed that team. You know, that's not even a close, not even a close call. It's just not. All you have to do is look at the regulation wins and compare and see, you know. There was no watered-down overtimes back in the 70s. Imagine the Habs 3-on-3 with that dominant team, guys. I can go on and on. I don't want to. I'm starting to rant here. So we'll see today, guys, what happens with the Sabres with the lottery. Will we get lucky? Well, come on, Homer. Will we get lucky? Because you can imagine if the Sabres got 1 or even number 2 overall pick, it'd be hilarious. If we manage somehow to jump way up in the lottery, it would be like destiny. The way I see it, that's all. So I'm not holding my breath, guys. We'll see what happens when they flip the card, and if the Sabres are there, they're there. It's okay. We'll figure it out. My guess is if the Sabres don't win the lottery, there's a good chance we could trade this pick at the draft table. There's a good chance if we're going to get something that we desperately need. So we'll see. All right, guys, done for this one. Let me throw it out. Let me get it out there. One game to report on, but it was a big one. I was really into this game yesterday. That's why I'm talking a bit about it. I really was enjoying this game. I'm enjoying watching Jeremy Swayman in nets. I know he's a Bruin, guys, but I'm enjoying watching him. I am. I feel like I'm getting a glimpse at Levi's future. That's how I feel. Just how it feels for me. Reminds me of Devin Levi. He always has. I've said that before in my videos that, Jeremy Swayman is the more mentally strong goalie on that team, I believe. And I think he's proving it hands down this time around. There's no question who's number 1 in Boston now. So they tried to trade Ullmark. I think they've caught on that Ullmark's kind of a pansy and they were trying to get rid of him and he wouldn't waive his no trade. So that's another funny thing we'll have to watch in the offseason because they're going to try to move Ullmark in the offseason. Sorry, guys. He'll probably wind up on the Leafs, if you want the truth. That's where I could see Ullmark landing in the offseason, on the Leafs. Won't matter if he goes there, guys. It's not going to help him. He's going to be just another goalie that makes... It's going to be another high-priced guy that doesn't show up come playoff time. So, all right, guys. I'll see you soon.